Okay, let's see if this is working. All right. Interesting. Okay, there we go. Maybe we're live now. If there's anyone in the live stream right now, let me know if I'm live. Oh, I think I am live. Let's see. We'll close that out. Looks like there's one person. I'm not sure if I'm live. I feel like I am. I need to close that. Let's see. I'm gonna disconnect that. All right. All right. We got one person. We got one person in the chat. What's going on? If you want to give me a 5x5, so if you can hear me, if you can see me, um, we'll just give it a second for people to pop into the live stream and join the party and join the chat. And I hope to just talk about anything random. Yo, what's going on, Jeremy? What's up? 5x5. Awesome. All right. I really have no, um, really nothing to cover. I'm really hoping I can base off of the live stream, based off your guys' questions or things that you guys want to talk about, or, some writing that you've recently done, or trails, or bike things, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm here to field questions and just chat with you guys because you can watch my videos, but this gives me an opportunity to chat with you guys and, connect more, I guess, on a personal level. And yeah, we'll see where this goes. I didn't do much promotion for this live stream. I believe I put this out like Friday. Like yesterday. So there's not really too much promotion. So we'll just see what's going on. What's going on, Tim? What's up? What's up? Jeremy, how's the healing going? It's going good. I'm on my second week of just resting. It's pretty tough. This is funny enough the first time that I've actually been not able to ride based off of a biking accident. So this is new to me. I've been doing this for, I don't know, I've been riding for 8 to 10 years, and this is the first time that I've had to take a break and not ride. So it's really weird. It's unfortunate. It happens. That's the that's the risk you take with mountain biking. There's always a risk to it, and unfortunately, it was my time. But thankfully, the only thing that I broke was my fingers and not my ribs, and it wasn't anything more serious. So I got pretty lucky. If you guys follow me on Instagram or even just Facebook, you guys will see what I'm talking about. I posted also a short on YouTube of my crash. I basically posted it the same day that I did the crash. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Some people kind of keep that to themselves until they're ready to put the video up, especially if they got it in video. But I was like, well, I was relatively okay, so I felt comfortable releasing that thing, the day of. What's going on, Buff MTV? What's going on? What's going on? That's a pretty good streak. Yep, it is a really good streak. I have been super lucky. I even was thinking even before my crash that I was just thinking like, man, like my time is coming up. Like there's gonna be some kind of crash where I'm gonna be taken out, whether that's gonna be a broken collarbone or a broken arm or leg. It's just that's just the sport. It's gonna happen at some point. You just never know what's gonna happen. And even, I mean, if you think about it, you could be driving in your car every single day going to work and you could get in a car accident and get hurt. So um yeah, things can just happen. Things happen. It's It's almost like you just don't need to worry about it because, there's nothing you can really do. Things will just happen. Tim been riding for 3 years. Had to take two 6-week breaks. Dang. Yeah, that's tough. Even with my injuries, I'll be back on the bike hopefully in, I don't know, 4 to 5 weeks is what they told me to kind of take it easy and take it slow. So luckily I'll be back hopefully soon. Because there's some pretty cool things going on in September that I kind of need to be healed up to be able to ride and do some filming. And um, I can't really talk about those plans because those are being organized by somebody else. So there's not much I can talk about that, but it's going to be pretty exciting. It's going to be a really fun event that I'll be going to, and hopefully some really good, awesome content. Mess my fingers up. Yep. Yeah, because I think what happened with my crash is I basically uh, last minute decided I didn't want to take a gap jump. Basically rode up the lip, uh, totally missed the landing. I probably had enough speed to make the gap. Basically landed completely flat. Basically, my left shoulder hit a tree, and then the rest was history. Went over OTB, landed super hard on my left arm. Basically, I put my hand out. I think that's where I broke the two fingers, trying to catch myself, and then the side of my ribs got pretty messed up. Bruised ribs. Sideways MTB. Your edit on Bike Fest was sick. Great editing. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was really fun. Um, I enjoy filming things, even if I'm not riding. And I've made it very clear to myself that I'm just not a racer. But it's so fun to watch racers and do filming, and I'll kind of talk about kind of my thought processes when I shoot videos, how I do editing, what my thought process is of making videos, because it's kind of a very fluid thing with me. What's going on, JT? Hello from Copper Harbor. That's right. Yeah, you were telling me some plans that you're going to Copper Harbor and East Bluff. I saw some of your stories on Instagram of you riding the shuttle, which looks really sweet. I wish when I was in East Bluff, I had the opportunity to take the shuttle. So the next time I'm up there, I need to take that shuttle because it looks sick. Um, yeah, JT, what's the vehicle called? Because I'm trying to think of the vehicle that they use as the shuttle. It's like some old military vehicle and it looks pretty rad. But yeah, Copper Harbor. And I mean, this might be a hot take for me personally. Because I took a trip out there to Michigan last summer. I went to Marquette first. I was there for 2 days. And then after like 2 or 3 days in Marquette, then I jumped over to Copper Harbor because that was always on my bucket list. And it's different. Copper Harbor is kind of out in the middle of nowhere. I know Jeremy loves Copper Harbor because it's so isolated. It definitely has a vibe. But Marquette's so sessionable, like the Marquette Mountain, and then you have so many just like trail systems, and it's just a different vibe. It's just different trails. Oh, what's up, Sam? Sorry, single track, dude. Welcome. Good to see you, dude. JT, I wonder what's going on September. Yeah, I can't talk about it. It's classified. It's classified. Can't talk about it. But I do know, I can tell you what's going down in September. Yeah, I'm not going to miss it. Even if, which it's a not likely, even if I can't ride, I'm still going. I'm still going to this thing. Sam, good to see you too, man. Yep. Hope you're back on the horse soon. Yeah. Hopefully, as long as I take it easy, but it's been hard. I've been just running errands and doing things that I haven't just had time to do. Now I have time to do them. But it's not really helping my ribs and my muscles. It's just not helping. I'm basically a couch potato, unfortunately. But I've been catching up on shows. Usually in the summertime, I don't watch movies. I don't watch TV. Um, I don't do any of that. That stuff is usually in the winter, and now I have the 4 or 5 weeks to actually do stuff like that. But where'd you crash? I was at Spirit Mountain, in Duluth, Minnesota. If no one's really familiar with that, basically, Spirit Mountain, has it Boss Hog or Boss Hog? I swear to, I swear it's Boss Hog, but I guess it's Boss Hog, Boss Hoss. But yeah, it was basically gap jumps. I'm not sure how big the gap jumps are, but they're pretty sizable. They're full commit. If you don't full commit, something bad's gonna happen to you. Case in point, myself. But yeah, it was a cool day. I was up there for Duluth Bike Fest, and I was just doing some just riding, wasn't racing, and that was my last trail. I was there with riding dirt, so Matt, and we were going down. You can basically take the trail Wildcat. Wildcat, you can split, and then take a left into Boss Haas or Boss Hog. And then I've never done the trail, but I took a look, and I know what the jumps are. I've just kind of cruised past them and knew kind of how big they were. But just the full commit, I guess it was at the end of the day. I was filming all day, so um, I was a little bit maybe not in the right headspace. My body was maybe not ready to do that kind of a trail. And yeah, unfortunately, just went south. JT, the shuttle and trails were gnarly. Yeah, but they're so awesome. East Bluff is awesome. It's such a cool trail system. Boss Hog. We gotta figure this out. Is it Boss Hog or Boss Hog? And the funny thing is, if you guys have watched my channels before in the past, I like to mispronunciate things. And yeah, I just do that. I just know that I may not get it right, and just looking at Trail Forks. Trying to find that trail. Where are you? Got Wild Hog. Yeah, Boss Hog. Okay, it is Boss Hog. GT, it's some badass old military vehicle. Yep. Sweet. You'll put info in the next video. Cool. Can't wait to see that video. That'd be awesome. Shogun is a great series on FX. Otherwise, if you have Max, The Wire, True Detective, Season, Chernobyl. I watched Chernobyl. When Chernobyl came out, I watched that, and it was really good. Highly recommend. Yeah, right now I'm watching a show called what is it called? It's called Outer Range. It's on Amazon Prime Video. I think it's an exclusive show on there, and it's kind of like a sci-fi thriller. It's pretty good. I like that kind of stuff. Sci-fi stuff is pretty sweet. All right, Tim. Yep, second Shogun. Okay, all right. I might have to take a look. Might have to take a look. All right. I guess I can field you guys some questions. And then if you guys have any questions, you can field those to me. But since we're on Saturday, so most of you probably were riding today earlier. Where were you guys riding? What if you guys were out riding trails, or even if you guys weren't riding trails, what were you doing on this beautiful Saturday or wherever you're located? Sideways MTB. What's your favorite trail at Spirit? That's a tough question because Wildcats, they just did a revision of Wildcat, which was really good. Like it made that trail so much. I don't want to say better, but it's different and it's an awesome update. Smorgasbord, I think, is my favorite trail at Spirit. I could ride that trail, man, countless times. That's one of my favorite trails is Smorgasbord. Yeah, Sam, check out Outer Range. It's a really good show. Oh, no way. Jeremy, you guys rode together. No way. Where'd you guys ride? Oh, okay. Bremer. Ah, that's the other thing. That new jump line out in Edina, I believe, just opened up by Pathfinder Trail Building. Man, what some bad timing to get injured and not be able to ride. When another awesome jump line appears out of nowhere in the Twin Cities. And yeah, there's been Pathfinder has done a lot of awesome things for the Twin City Trails. You know, it started with Monarch. I think it's in Waconia. So Monarch Trail System, they had Paradise. That was a man. That's definitely what we needed here, kind of in the metro. And then they built a jump line at Carver Lake, which was another awesome addition. And now this in Edina. So that's what we need. We need more progression. We need more jumps to have riders progress and be able to ride some stuff other than here in the Twin Cities. Sideways MTB was riding Spirit from around 11 to 1:30, but the lightning shut it down. Yep, I saw that. I saw some people on Instagram sharing stories that they were out there and getting shut down for that. Did they ever open back up, or was it completely shut for the day? Buff MTB camping in Ryan Cuyuna this weekend. Currently watching from the tent right now. Sweet. That's awesome. Sideways MTB, the new blue jump line is working on, has some sick jumps for amazing progression. Yep. That's what we need. That's what we need. We just need more of it. You know, we have, 3 good progressive jump lines, maybe even more. Maybe I'm not mentioning some of them, but the Twin Cities is really progressing, and little by little, it's getting more accessible and leveling up people and riders here in the Twin Cities. So I'm all for it. I am all for it. Because I think the one thing that people, either they start out biking or they've been biking for a while, I think one of the skills that people research or practice the most, or that they want to know or be better at, is jumping. I mean, everyone wants to hit a jump. Everyone wants to be comfortable hitting jumps and hitting bigger jumps and getting more air. Like, people, that's what people want. So if the community, and even outside of Minnesota, local trail, you know, building organizations, like that's something that like is super important, because that's what people want to do. That's what's fun about mountain biking, is getting air. Oh, Timberland Hills. Oh, it won't be open until September. I could have sworn that trail system was already open, but I guess not. I guess it's not. It's half open. What city and that's in Wisconsin, right? What city is that out of? I guess I've never really looked at Trail Forks to find that trail system. They opened another trail, localized recently. Haven't ridden it. No, yeah, yep, localized. Oh, that's the other thing. How did I forget to mention localized? Localized is sick. That's It definitely has the most gnarly trails, jumps, gaps, and everything in between. That it kind of in this area, in the metro area. Yeah, if you haven't been to localized and you're local, check out localized. It's a really cool bike park. I want to say it's It's basically run by just some dude on his own property. It's like private property. Um, so it's interesting, and you got to reserve time slots. So there's only so much parking. It's not like public parking. It's on his property. He only has so much space for people to, pull up, and a lot of people carpool. I know me and Jeremy did that earlier this year, riding out there. But yeah, it's a bike park right, um, really close to the cities. Yeah, Sam, you got to get out there. It's really awesome, especially that new trail. I think some of those that new trail has some crazy, crazy drops. There's like a road like a basically like a road gap to start off, and then there's basically a drop the hammer sized drop kind of halfway through, and then there's one giant sender of a drop, like it's a speed drop, like you got to be probably hauling butt down down the hill and off of this thing, and it looks crazy. I don't even think I want to even try it, not at this point. Okay, Sam, I see that. Cumberland. Hopefully my power stays on. So where I live, whenever it storms and there's a lot of lightning, my power goes out all the time. So we'll see if we stay live. We'll see if we stay alive, Cumberland. Okay. Oh, I see where that is. But yeah, the pictures and some of the videos I've seen of that trail system look really cool. So definitely want to get out there. Drop the hammer, I think, is more doable than it looks. Yeah, it definitely is. That's the other place I want to get back out to is Bentonville. In the surrounding areas, I know the surrounding areas have some really awesome trails. Um, but yeah, that's definitely a place I want to get back to. And I know the last time, well, I guess I've only done one video of Bentonville, but that was like 2 years ago. I know for sure if I go back there, drop the hammer is like like no question. Like if I don't drop the hammer, um, what am I doing? I have to do it. It's definitely in my skill set. I've done drops like that big, but when I went there, I just did not have that skill set to be comfortable hitting that thing. Tim used to live near Bentonville. Oh, that's rad. What a place to live near. Bentonville is kind of flat though. A lot of pedaling. Drop the hammer is a safe drop. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look too big. Like, I mean, when I looked at it, you could overshoot it. Like the landing's pretty far out. Like it's not like a sniper landing. So yeah, major run out. No trees. Yeah. Especially no trees. If you get a little squirrely in your landing. Yes, it's built very well. Yep. Everything out there is built really well. It seems pretty safe. Yep. Landing super long, super chill. Yeah, so expect that. If I put out a Bentonville video in the future here and I don't include drop the hammer, feel free to go in the comments and just go off on me. Like, wait, did you not hit that drop? Like, I thought you said you were gonna hit that drop, but I don't see any video evidence of you doing that. Yeah. If you're there on the weekend, oh my chat, I can't really see my chat here. I think if you're there on the weekend, someone will tell you. And yep, And that's the best thing. I always tell people, um, especially if it's a new feature that you've never ridden before and you're like, yeah, that's in my skill set. I feel comfortable hitting that. But maybe the speed, I don't really know. Getting towed in to something like that is the easiest way to progress. I know for me personally, a lot of my riding has progressed just by following somebody faster or somebody that has better skills than me. Like that is the key to progression. Just ride with people that are faster. They've been doing it longer for you. Um, I think that's the best way to learn as fast as possible, and the safest way too, as well. As long as you're with a group of people that that aren't going to put you in danger, or make dumb decisions and maybe not consider like, is this the right feature for what I know you can do, or is it somebody that's like, no, don't worry about it, you got it, like not thinking about maybe it's not, and maybe not reasoning with you, when it's the right time. What's up, Brian? Good to see you, man. It's been a while, but it's good to see you, man. Hope things are well. I'm trying to pull up my second screen so I can get chat because chat is getting cut off. And I'm definitely not experienced of doing live streams, so it's pretty choppy right now of me trying to figure things out. Maybe if I open a second screen, hopefully that doesn't slow down the bandwidth. Yeah, it's still getting blocked. All right, Sam, we'll see you later. Dude, take care as well. Yeah. We'll hopefully ride here this year or at some point when you got some time. Miss riding with you, man. All right, that chat's not working. Oh, well. All right, what else you guys got? You guys got any questions for Feeling? I should really, I think the next live stream will come up with some plan and talk about some things because just going off the cuff sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't work. But that's just me. That's kind of how I roll. Off the cuff. And it's crazy to think the next time I get on the bike, it's going to be like fall riding. It's going to be, end of August, getting into September. We're getting to the pumpkin spice latte season, which I'm pretty excited for. I like fall. Fall's a really good time to get out and ride. The temperature is lower. The trees start turning. Man, it's just a beautiful time to ride. Buff MTB, are you still enjoying your Ritmo after owning it for a longer time now? Yeah, I'm overall really happy with the Ritmo. They just came out with the new version of the Ritmo. And to be honest, I don't know. Once I make a decision to go to a different bike, or let's say my Ritmo is just completely clapped out, am I going to stay with Ritmo and Ibis? Potentially, but I do want to kind of maybe see what else is out there. Maybe look at Specialized. I know when I was looking at the Ritmo, I almost pulled the trigger on a stunt jumper. So that could be like another option in the future, whenever the time comes. But for the time being, I love how the Ritmo rides. I love how it jumps. I love how it goes through, like Chunder and because I'm still running a Bomber Z1, so it's a coil fork on the front. I mean, to be honest, if I get a different bike, I almost want that fork on a different bike because I just love the way that thing takes up all the trail chatter, takes up, it just does a really good job. It feels very planted. It's a little bit heavier than like an air coil, or air shock. But I'm okay with it. The way it handles, like I'm totally okay with that weight penalty. But yeah, for the time being, I'm sticking with the Ritmo, and staying a loyal Ibis rider. Fall at Spirit is the best. Yeah, I don't know if I've ridden. No, I have. No, I'm lying. I did last year. I did the last 2 days of when Spirit was open, and it was super rainy. It was super slippery, super wet. The rocks were just covered in mud. It was super sketchy, and I'm really surprised I didn't crash with the conditions that were there. Jeremy knows. It was crazy. Slip and slide everywhere. JT, what made you want to start making more cinematic edits? I don't know. I think it's kind of an influence of um, watching films or movies, or even some of my influence of kind of the videos this year more specifically have been more interesting, more I guess unique, more not so mainstream. A lot of that actually has come from music videos. So music videos are interesting because there's sometimes it's story driven, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's just the visuals. Like I just love the visuals, and that's why I like shooting video because I can do so much with it. Instead of photos, you can do a lot of creative things with it, but video is so different. You can take 40 to 50 clips of whatever you want, and you can make it as weird as possible or as creative as possible. I just like it. I don't know, music videos for me, like electronic music, like hip hop, like some of those videos are very very unique, so I get a lot of influence from watching those, and just films, just in general, just that more cinematic kind of feel to it. I didn't go to school for film. I don't know anything about putting a film together. It's just me trying things out, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, and just doing what I think looks cool is basically what it comes down to. And it's different. Like it's a different format, especially for mountain biking. Um, I don't know. It's hard to explain kind of what the thought process is, but it's just different. It just feels different. Did you ride at, oh boy, how do you say that? Coco Pelli? Is that how you say it? Did you ride at Coco Pelli? What is that? Coco Pelli. Hmm. I'm blanking on Coco Pelli. You might have to explain more. Man, I'm lost on that. Coco Pelli. Huh. So like the new Stump Jumper 15. Oh yeah, I saw the new Stump Jumper. Yep. That looks pretty rad too as well. What's going on, Megan? That's my sister. Redemption run at Spirit in the fall when your fingers aren't broken anymore. BS, put those popsicle sticks on. Yeah, I'm running no, like, I don't know, my fingers might become crooked because there's nothing keeping them straight. This is just more comfortable, to be honest, but I don't know. It's okay. If your fingers are a little crooked, there's a story behind it, and you can tell later. But no, I will. My mother is watching as well. I second that. That's it. Kokopelli. So is Kokopelli. Oh, in Grand Junction. Oh. Oh. So when I took so earlier this year, I took basically a 2-week trip out west. The original plan was I was going to meet a group of buddies to ride out in Moab. But I took a little bit of time before meeting up with them in Moab, and I was like, well, I've never been to the West Coast, so I decided to go out to California. So I did a road trip out to California, and the second half of that trip was meeting up with that group. We rode Moab, and then we rode Fruta. And I think we originally had plans of riding Grand Junction, but then we ended up riding Fruta. So no, we didn't ride anything in Grand Junction. We just basically did base camp in Fruta, Colorado. Not too far from 18 Roads. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that area is really cool, especially 18 Road. That was really surprising. It was a really nice change of pace because when we were riding Moab in those trails, it was just like so much tech on those trails, and you're death gripping at some points and trying not to fall off the side of cliff. And going to 18 Road was a really nice change of pace. It was fast, flowy. It was amazing. So if you're ever in the Grand Junction, Fruta area, go check out 18 Road. And then, yeah, definitely check out Grand Junction and things like that. So I think the next time I'm kind of in Western Colorado in that area, I'm definitely going to dedicate some time to Grand Junction, those trails. And I definitely want to just go back to 18 Road because I know 18 Road, when we were out there, they were building trails, and I basically think they I don't want to say doubled the size, but they added a ton more trails. Um, and so yeah, it's a great trail system. So yeah, so when I took that 2-week trip, um, I basically started riding in California. So I rode some stuff in San Diego. Did 2 or 3 trail systems in San Diego. It was okay. It was definitely some different types of riding in Southern California. A lot of things were washed out. It was super loose. Yeah, it's very raw. But yeah, but besides riding, it was really cool to get to California, go to San Diego. Um, I took a trip up and I went to Los Angeles. Spent a day in Los Angeles. Just took the city in and went to obviously Venice Beach. Went up the hill to Griffith Park Observatory. Um, yeah, driving in California too was quite a difference. So coming from Minnesota drivers and then getting into California, driving was definitely crazy. I think when I was there, like LA traffic is definitely real. I was down in Venice Beach and I wanted to go to Griffith Park, and I was like, oh yeah, it's not that far. It's like 15 miles or something like that. It like took me 2 hours. 2 hours. 2 hours to get from the beach to go 15 miles. It was crazy. Jeremy, you speak to those 2 pictures on your left. Yeah, I can talk to those. So if some of you may not know, um, I'm kind of a space. I wouldn't say a space nerd, but I do love space travel. I love rockets. I think it's just the coolest thing ever. Um, and so basically, here I'll grab those pictures. I'll grab it all. I feel like I'm at show and tell at school. But yeah, these two pictures, I took a trip down to Texas, actually, with my mom and dad. They haven't been on a trip in what, like 25 years. So I was going down there anyway, so I just took them with, and basically, see if I can show them. But yeah, um, this is at Starbase in Boca Chica, Texas. Um, the guy with the NASA shirt is obviously my dad. The other one on the other side, and my dad finds interest in it too as well. It's the world's largest rocket ever built. And basically that rocket's going to be, taking people back to the moon. It's going to be taking people back to Mars, or, taking people to Mars. So it was just really fun to get them out of the house on a trip, on a plane to a different place, and just see something that's, pretty unique and interesting. And, like I'm saying, like I'm not the smartest person. I don't really know science too much, but it's just something that I find really interesting. And um, yeah, it's crazy. And actually, when we were down there, if you guys know anything at all about it, which some of you may not know, but basically it was, they were doing the test program, so it was the first flight of that launch vehicle, and basically it tore apart the whole launch pad, like the concrete, and it chucked concrete everywhere. And this is actually a piece of the launch pad that got blown to pieces, and just scattered concrete everywhere. So kind of have a piece of history, honestly. I think my dad smuggled that onto the plane without me knowing. JT, you're killing it, brother. Love the artistic take on things. See you in your travels. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. It's really fun. I enjoy it, and I'll keep doing it as long as possible. Brian Ride Mount Wilson. Mount Wilson. Brian, where is that at? Mount Wilson. Let's look it up. Mount Wilson. Is it Mount Wilson Observatory, Los Angeles, California? There's a few. Mount Wilson, Nevada, Colorado. There's a few of those. Yeah, Tim, Madhouse driving there. Yep. You have to be such an aggressive driver. That's all I'll say. If you're not being an aggressive driver, yeah, you're going to get run off the road. Mount Wilson. Mount Wilson, LA. Oh, okay. Let me go back, because I did have it. Mount Wilson. Okay. Well, the next time I find myself in the City of Angels, I'll check it out. Yeah, there's so much riding in like Southern California, Central California, Northern California. I mean, the state's flipping huge. Like there's so many trails. It's almost like you'll never like scratch the surface of trails out there. So when I was in there, when I was doing like San Diego trails, I definitely know I missed some like real gems. I just didn't have anyone basically to show me around. I didn't have any locals. Like that's probably something I'll do next time, is if I find myself down in that area or LA, I'll definitely reach out and see if there's people that can kind of show me around and show me what things to ride, what things to skip, and things like that. That's always the best. Is if you're going to a new area, new state, new country, yeah, definitely find somebody that knows what's up and reach out, and hopefully you guys can connect. It's the best way to do it. And honestly, um, I think like next year, the year after that, I definitely want to go kind of on the opposite coast, like to the East Coast. I do want to ride like Washington State. I do want to eventually get up to Whistler. Whistler is definitely on my bucket list. Washington State's definitely on my bucket list. But there's some really cool things on the East Coast that I definitely want to check out, like Virginia, or even like North Carolina. Obviously, has some really awesome trail systems. So definitely the East Coast is on my list here in the near future to go and ride. Because I feel like I've gone to Colorado too many times. Colorado's getting a little stale. So kind of need to branch out a little bit. And the trip out to Utah and California was a really nice break. Change of pace. Southern Utah, so I rode in St. George, Utah. It's basically on the border of Arizona and Nevada. So we started our trip there. We did 2 days, 2 days in St. George. I can't even think the trail systems off the top of my head that we rode. But yeah, St. George is really cool. So if you're in the southern part of Utah, St. George is really cool. There's a ton of videos of St. George. So if you want to see and preview what's out there, there's no shortage of it. Pixar, yep. That is the trail system to hit for sure. Out over there. And actually, like another bucket list too is Quebec, Canada. Hasn't been on my radar. I know Skills with Phil has done a lot of videos of trail riding out there. Remy has done a lot of videos out there. And it is, I'm looking at the trail system right now. Oh, it's like Mount St. Anne. So Mount St. Anne in Quebec, Canada looks really awesome. So if you guys haven't checked out videos, check out some videos of there because it honestly might be put on your bucket list. Brian, did you ride with Riding My Best Life in St. George? No. Nope. Tim, I rode there for 2 weeks, St. George. That's it. Yeah, St. George is cool. I think every trail system's cool in some way or form. Oh, maybe there's a few that aren't cool. But yeah, Quebec. So I think my short list of a bucket list itinerary here in the next probably 5 years, I would say Whistler, Quebec. I'm trying to think. Where else do I want to ride? Washington State, kind of in the upper corner. Bellingham. And then let's see, where else? Yeah, it's kind of a shorter bucket list. What's going on, Pat? Good to see you in here in chat. Tim, Toomey, May, Sister Ed. And I think there was another country. I was talking to a guy. He was going overseas to some place that I thought was kind of Spain. Um, he was going to Spain to go ride. He was telling me all about it, and actually, I really didn't think of Spain would have awesome riding. Oh, Gooseberry Mesa. Yeah, yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard that place is really cool. Gooseberry Mesa, not Gooseberry Falls. Gooseberry Mesa. Hmm. I guess another place in the bucket list. We'll see if it turns out. Would be to ride in the Swiss Alps. Maybe just like right in like Switzerland. There's a guy watching YouTube. I guess I don't know him too well because I forgot the channel name. But they do a lot of like the Swiss Alps and riding in that area, and that place looks really cool. Like just the views alone are awesome, but the riding looks really awesome too as well. Yeah, Switzerland. I think that would be a really cool place um, to go ride. Or even Italy. I know some people that went to Italy and they rode the Dolomites. Um, and I think they were just recently there, like a few weeks ago. And that place looked amazing. There's just so many places to ride, so little time. I actually think another place too that'd be really cool would be up in Alaska. Alaska would be really cool to go to. All right, see you, Brian. Keep the rubber side down. Absolutely, as always. We try our best. Pat, I hear Spain has some great trails. Yep. Yeah. Like I said, I was talking to some guy, and he was just talking all about it. And he was, it was one of his bucket lists, and he's been planning for, a few years now, and the time was coming, and he was gonna go out there and ride. And I did have a plan of going to one of the trail systems that's relatively close to here that I don't think it's gonna work this year, just based off of time and things like that, is Thunder Bay, Canada. So Thunder Bay is just north of Grand Portage, Minnesota, and the if you go on Trail Forks and you look at the trail map of Thunder Bay trails, like it's jam packed with things. I've heard some really awesome things. I've seen some of the work that trail organization does as far as trail work, and it looks really awesome. And I'm kind of kicking myself. I should have planned it a little bit better to get up there. And um, there's a local guy up there that I've been talking to once in a while with, and um, he would have been a really awesome guide. But hopefully that's not going to be in 2024. But I'm gonna stick to it. 2025, I'll be riding Thunder Bay to maybe showcase that trail system. Because I think a lot of people here locally in Minnesota um, would be surprised. I think, and hopefully, it would really show some really good insights of Thunder Bay. And it's really not much of a further drive. Like if you're gonna do the Jackpot Trail, or you're already up in Grand Marais, and you're able to get into Canada. It's not much further, and it might actually be worth it to just make that extra trail or trip up. McTrail Rider does a lot of cool videos from Spain. I think I've heard of him. I've maybe seen a few videos, but I don't think I watch him on a regular basis. Yeah, Jeremy, I think we were talking about it. This year is doing Canada, going up to Thunder Bay, making that trip. But this year is just kind of slipping away. So I think 2025 is going to be the year to do it. And we also had a crazy idea. I don't know. It might be a really cool video idea, and I don't know if I want to like say it and somebody else take it. But me and Jeremy were gonna do. We were thinking. Well, at least I was of doing it because we've done the Duluth Traverse 2 years in a row. And I was like, I just had this crazy idea of doing like a way bigger traverse across northern Minnesota. But I might keep that on our wraps for a future 2025 video. Just know it'd be one hell of a ride. It'd be kind of crazy. It'd be like a mega traverse. And it'd probably be a logistical nightmare, but I think in the end, even if it turns, even if it goes bad and you have some bad moments, because I know when me and Jeremy did the Duluth Traverse, sometimes things come up and uh, things don't always turn out the right way, but that's kind of what adventure is. If it's not an adventure, if things don't go wrong, that's not an adventure. Adventure, things go wrong. And when you get done with your adventure, you look back onto it and you reminisce of how fun it was, even with some of the bad things that might have happened. That's what having an adventure really means. All right, we're coming up on an hour here with the live stream, so we'll probably give it till maybe just a little past 10. We'll see if anyone else jumps into the live stream. Like I said before at the beginning, I didn't really promote this live stream. This is kind of off the cuff. It's been over a year. I actually did a live stream with JT, Dusty Dutchman, last year, which was really fun to do. And then I think when I just did a standalone live stream, that was when I hit 1,000 subscribers. So, excuse me, that was 2 years ago. So basically, a standalone live stream was 2 years ago. So I think it was, time to just kind of talk with everyone and, maybe get some questions and things like that. But yeah, live stream is a whole different ball game. It's way different, but it's fun. I actually enjoy it. Tim, how many miles? Let me do a real quick search here to maybe give you an answer. It's gonna be a rough estimate. Let's see. Starting point, ending point. Oh, there it is. Let's see. So if we're talking round trip, $378 miles. Okay, so this is a little different. So Jeremy, if you're watching, I even want to go further, but it actually might be a bad idea. But I want to go further than that. But yeah. So my new idea would be 378 miles round trip. But if I'm going to stick to the original plan that I proposed to Jeremy, it would have been, or will be, depending on if we actually do this. Original plans. So one way is 110 miles. So then round trip would be 220 miles. So if we stick with my original idea and it goes through 210 miles round trip. Or we could just, yeah. Yeah, we got that. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. I'm sure we do. I'm sure we do in some way or form. Yo, what up, Travis? Good to see you in chat, dude. What, we rode last fall. Last fall. Next year, YM Colorado road trip. I'll show you the goods. Dude, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go on a road trip. Show me the goods. We did 70 in one day. Yep. So we did the whole traverse. So yeah, we did the traverse in one day, out and back. We didn't trade we did the full pull one way on the traverse, and we took roads and side streets back. But yeah, ended up being 70 miles. Dude, let's do it, dude. Travis, let's go. Yeah, Travis, either way, we'll have to ride, man. We'll have to ride soon. Hopefully here later in the fall. If you're available, come up to the cities, or I'll be at Spirit August 17th. Dang. I might be available depending on my body. Might have a few more weeks of healing after my crash. But dang. Shoot. We'll see. Either way, even if I have to come, if you're still living in Rochester, I'll come down to Rochester. If you want to meet in the cities and go ride, or like you're saying, go on a road trip. Yeah, this fall, need to come up there. Yep. There's plenty of riding, and we can maybe get some other people together, get a whole group ride. Whoever wants to join, YouTubers, non-YouTubers, maybe just one big fall get together, trail jam. I think that'd be fun. Okay, cool. Coaching high school mountain bike team. Sweet. All right. Still local. Right on. A jam at Localized Park this fall? Maybe. Yeah, if we did something like that, I'd probably obviously have to reach out to them. And maybe make sure that, we could honestly, maybe we could get like a private session, like during the week, or maybe a weekend. I don't know. I'll have to reach out to them and see. Because with their reservation system, that could get kind of weird, since they're so limited on space and parking and things like that. So we'll have to see. But that sounds fun. That sounds like a really fun time. I'm all for it. Or let's do we should do a jam at like Elm Creek, like a nice XC ride jam right at Elm Creek. Everyone basically reserve a time so nothing's available for anyone else. Yeah, I wonder, just put like multiple submissions and like just completely reserve everything for yourself. That'd be cool. That's an idea. But yeah, that's like the perfect place to like have something like that, like have a jam fest. Basically, is it's so sessionable and you can do things over and over, and it's not too bad of a climb. And It's got really cool trails and just a hooligan session in the streets would be fun. Yeah, that'd be fun too. Do some like urban riding. That'd be cool. I mean, I mean, yeah, that's your jam. BMX background. You know how to do all the tricks. But yeah, either way, if we get something organized at localized, or even if localized doesn't work, we'll find something, um, put something together, and we can all ride and get whoever wants to join. It's nothing better than riding with other people. It's the best. All right, we got 4 people. Just after 10, dang, we'll go another 5 minutes. We'll see what's going on. We'll see if anyone else jumps in here. Okay. Bramer is sick too. You could just run that. That'd be cool. Yeah. Or even like Monarch. We could do like Monarch too. Paradise. That's fun too. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, no slots needed. Let's see. That's fair. Yeah, Travis. Um, discuss camera setup. No, I actually haven't. So I got a new camera this year. Um, it's quite a. I mean, it's not the most complicated rig, but it's quite a thing. Um, let's see if it focuses in. So I was previously running a Canon M50. That's what I originally started with, as far as like doing third person shots and things like that. But now I've upgraded to a Panasonic S5. This is actually kind of a early model. I think they're on the S2 now, and by the time this live stream's done, they're probably on the S3 or whatever. But basically, this is a full frame camera. I shoot everything in 24 frames. Right now, I'm running basically a prime lens. So, yep, mirrorless. So it's not DSLR, so it's mirrorless. It's a full frame camera. So right now the lens on it, it's a 35 millimeter T-stop 1.2. It's a cinema lens, so there's no autofocus. So basically, I have to pull focus when I'm shooting. Have an ND filter, so if I'm shooting in direct sunlight, obviously the neutral density filter allows you to shoot video and not have to crank down your settings or crank up your settings how you want to look at it. But yeah, it's the 35 millimeter. I want to get a set. So this is 35 millimeter. There's a 24 millimeter, and then there's a 55 millimeter. So 35 millimeters, pretty good for what I use. Yeah, Travis, 1.2, excellent bokeh. Yep, it's got a really cool bokeh. I've actually haven't taken this thing out in the nighttime to get night shots. So that's something that I want to try and do. But yeah, I've had fun with it. If you watch the Bike Fest video that I did recently, it was shot with this camera, shot with this lens. It was the only lens I brought out there, so I was just shooting 35 millimeter, and it turned out really good. The color science of the Lumix, I really do. I just really like it. The color science and the colors that I get out of it. I shoot in log, so I basically shoot flat color, and then do all my color editing later on in post. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. Panasonic S5. It's awesome. Yeah, thanks, Travis. Appreciate that. I've been practicing. The more content and more videos, the more time I get behind the camera. Yeah, practice makes perfect, and yeah, just slowly honing in on things. What are you using for editing? DaVinci Resolve. I was last year I was using the free version, then I upgraded to Resolve Studio, so that's like the paid version, which is totally worth it. I think the paid version is like 299, and that's a lifetime license. So as long as you continue using Resolve, it's 300 bucks, and yeah. Uh, okay, so you Resolve. How is the studio version? So the thing that there's just more like there's more like effects. There's more kind of things you can add as far as like transitions and excuse me, things like that. And then the studio version. So I had to upgrade the studio version because I wanted to shoot. So the S5 shoots in 10-bit color. So 10-bit color has more information for you to use, and like the highlights and the colors. There's not. It's like banding. So there's like bands of color. Like if you look into like a highlighted area, a really dark area, it shows a lot of banding. But with shooting 10-bit, you don't get a lot of that. So it's a bigger file size, and to shoot 10-bit and upload it into Resolve, I had to have the studio version. So I was kind of forced to go with studio. But yeah. Yeah, there's some differences with the studio, but for the most part, I mean, the free version does great. But if you're like shooting 10-bit or anything more like that, or if you want more transitions and more effects and more, you know, different corrections you can add to your images, the studio version just has a little bit more accessibility to that. But for most people, I mean, the free version does good enough. But yeah, 10-bit color looks really good. And I even think they have like 12-bit. Some cameras shoot 12-bit, which is kind of crazy. Travis, do you ever lose motivation for filming? Um, yeah, a little bit. I mean, obviously this year and even looking back into last year, I didn't do as many videos. I know in years past I've tried to do a video every single week. For me, that just really wasn't realistic. That I felt like I was getting burnt out really quick. Um, but this year, I think this year specifically, with getting the new camera and being able to kind of make more film, more quality video, has kind of rekindled that joy that I find filming, and getting shots and things like that. So, um, yeah, I think in years past, but I think with a new camera, um, I think I've had a new perspective, and more creative ideas have kind of flourished. And yeah, but yeah, and like even like just shooting GoPro video and things like that. Um, yeah, that's kind of fallen off too, because there's some times where I just want to go and ride, and I don't want to bring the camera. I don't want to film. I don't have to worry about, you know, how much battery do I have? How how full is my memory card? Is this even, good content? It just can be kind of it just can be kind of taxing. Yeah, dude. Yeah, get back into it. You had some awesome videos. Get that thing back up and running, and yeah, I definitely want to see some content from you, man. Yeah, cinematic style. And I mean, maybe there's another mountain bike content creator that kind of has a similar style, but um yeah, it's just different. I just want to be different. I want my videos to feel different. it may not be the most interesting, or may not be the most like, the algorithm may not love it, and that's maybe not what people like to watch. People like to The big things that people like to watch is new bikes, new bike tech, new products, new components, bike builds, outrageous bike builds, budget builds, things like that. That's what takes off. Like, there's so many channels that have great content that covers those things, and they do really well. But for my instance of putting out all these creative videos and having that creative style, it doesn't do well, because it's just something that the algorithm just doesn't suggest, or it just finds that it's not what people really want. And then I kind of have to, like, you know, even though it's not trending and it's not getting tons of views, if I still enjoy making it, I'm gonna still make it, no matter what. No matter if it takes off, doesn't take off. If I make a video and it's creative and it's new and it's unique, I love that stuff. It's cool. Yeah, the stress of getting the correct angle on the GoPro, so dumb. It is. Yep. Yep. Because there's nothing worse of strapping on your GoPro, going and hitting some pretty sweet trails, and then it's either too low or it's too high. It's the worst. Metal music videos of equipment features. Yep. Yeah, dude. Yeah, and I would even say your videos are super unique. Or Jeremy, if you're still in chat, dude, like, your videos were super unique. Like, everyone has a unique style. Um, no matter what, even if you're making simple videos, I guess for any genre, everyone has a different way of editing, um, a different style. So it's all creativeness, and everyone has a style and a different vibe with videos and things like that. Unless you're just posting videos and you're just posting a video and doing nothing to it. Yeah. Or the memory card failure, the worst. Yeah, Jeremy, you had a memory card failure, but I think you were able to get some clips, but some of that stuff you weren't able to get back. Yeah, I feel like that'd be the worst, especially if I was doing some kind of like video shoot or something. And I'm like, man, this is gonna be awesome, and then lose all that. I can't. I can't even fathom that. Even if it was for somebody else, if I was doing video for somebody else and completely lost it, mm, no bueno. Next time filming with Jeremy, I'm gonna edit a shirt on him. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, Jeremy. Yeah, you rode raw today. Okay, nice. I feel like Jeremy hasn't done that. Uh, I don't know. I feel like Jeremy used to do that more. Maybe Jeremy, you're getting back into that, going raw dog. Yeah, it's super hot today. Jumping in the lake with his clothes on. Peak season. Peak no shirt season. That's wild, dude. But I mean, I guess it's a good way to get a tan. It's one way of doing it. All right, we got 6 people in here. I said 5 more minutes, and it's become 10 more minutes. So I'll say it one more time. 5 more minutes, and we'll probably end the stream. 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how active chat becomes or how slowly it dies. And the next time I do a stream, maybe I'll have some guests on here. Maybe we'll get Jeremy. Maybe I can get Travis on here, get Sam, get Brian on here. That'd be cool. Yeah, dude, let's do it. Let's figure something out. Should I get a 38? It's like a Fox 38 stanchion fork. Do I need it? No, I don't think you need it, dude. But do I want it? I guess aesthetics or everything. Yeah. A 38? I don't know. Do you really need a 38 stanchion? Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, Jeremy, next time I'll just stop by. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We'll get 2 mics on here. Travis as well. Jeremy. Travis needs 38. Wasn't there a thing I saw? Where did I see the video? I think I saw it on Instagram where this guy was doing bunny hops or something with. He was using a Fox 38, and he came down on the front wheel, and like the forks, like the crown of the 38, like broke or something. It was kind of weird. It was a weird failure. One in a million, probably. Travis, I think you should just run a Fox 32. 32. You don't need a 34, 36, 38, 40. Just run a 32. I think that would be a cool video. Oh, maybe that's an idea. Sun Tour. So an XC. So is that actually 28 millimeter stanchions? That's it? Is that what that means at 28? Yo. What? Really? So a 32 is pretty beefy then. If they make a 28, that 32's got to be just beefy compared to that. When I my first full suspension bike was a full lock. My first full suspension bike was a Trans or a Giant Trans, and it came with stock came with the Fox 32 fork. And I thought that was like a crazy upgrade from my hardtail. Lo and behold, that thing was flexy. That thing would flex so bad on that bike. Fox 32. That's crazy. I don't know why they put the Fox 32 on that Trans. It wasn't like a stance. So I know like a Giant stance is like an XC trail bike, and then the Trans is more of like a trail bike. But I'm just really surprised they put that freaking thing on there. It definitely needed a 34. Tim, are you talking about the video? Jeremy, you were in Copper Harbor, I think. I think that's where you did. You jumped into the lake. You got off your bike. You threw your helmet. And you jumped into the lake. Yeah, Copper. It's an awesome intro. That was the heyday of Dialed In. No, I think Dialed In just started. I think Dialed In has just started. The lefty. Oh yeah, that's right. You're riding with a lefty fork. That's right. What was the bike? It was a Cannondale Lefty. Yeah, Cannondale Lefty. Was that the actual bike name? Or was just the fork called the Lefty? Oh, just the fork. That's pretty cool. There was a bike that I saw on Craigslist a long time ago that I thought was the most interesting bike, probably for its time. Let's see if I can pull it up. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this bike, but it's a freaking weird bike. I'm going to share my screen because I can actually do that, I think. Try. Oh, here we go. Okay. This is an actual bike. It's a hardtail. It's called a Trek 69er. And it came with a dual crown fork, hardtail. And the crazy thing is the front wheel is a 29er and then the rear is a 26, I believe. Yeah, dude. Isn't that weird? Original mullet. What a weird bike. I almost bought one too to make a video for. Oh, this is single speed. This dude's got a single speed. Or did it come originally with single speed? Huh. What a weird bike. Yeah, like I was saying, I almost bought one of these to do a video. I think a guy was selling it for super cheap too. Gary Fisher had his hands on that design. That's so cool. I think it's a cool bike. I think if one comes up in the future for super cheap, I do want to maybe take like some weird video for it. Because I mean, yeah, like some of the bikes actually came with the standard fork. Not all of them came with. I don't know. I feel like some can come with a dual crown fork. If I buy one, I need that fork. No question. Tim, that looks like a safety hazard. I mean, look at that thing. 26 and a 29er. So weird. So weird. We'll see. We'll see in the future. I think that's what I have to like get more into is just doing weird videos, weird bikes, some weird tech, weird components. That's what YouTube wants. That's what YouTube will get. All right. Get a short bike. What is the short bike? Oops. Yeah, I'm looking up on Google right now. Short bike. Is it a mountain bike or just like a bike? Like a bicycle, road bike? Because I'm seeing a bunch of like Groms, like Honda Groms, motorcycles. Nonsense bike. Is that what it is? Oh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's like a series I can do in the future is like I know like Facebook Marketplace has kind of taken over. Like it used to be Craigslist and now it's Facebook Marketplace. That's where people buy stuff. But maybe do like a series of going on Facebook Marketplace, just trying to find the weirdest bikes, um, buying them, riding them. I know Burn Peak or Seth Bike Hacks does a lot of that stuff, buys like really weird bikes and things like that. He's done that in the past, but um, yeah, maybe that's an idea. Who knows? Get a street strider, or we can't be friends anymore. Oh, Cannondale trigger could change the rear travel from 140 to 90. It was sick. Huh. Really? I'm a Cannondale trigger. I'll look that up. Okay, so that's what you. Okay. Cannondale trigger. That's what you had. Okay. Yep. It looks familiar. Yeah, I see some pictures of it with the lefty on there. 140. Yeah. 140 and 90. Interesting. I mean, that's a weird bike in itself. Huh. '29er. Yeah, and Jeremy, that was a '29er, the one you had, right? Oh, okay. 27.5. Yeah, I'm trying to think of another weird bike that's been out recently. You got the Trek 69er. You got this Cannondale trigger. Oh, I can't think of like another mountain bike that went kind of wild. I'm sure there is. Like just went off the rocker compared to the industry. I mean, well, I feel like when 29ers came out, 29er bikes, that was kind of a wild thing to think of. Because it's 26 and then it was 27.5 and then we went 29 and people were like, what? 29. I don't know. does the bike industry go bigger? Do we ever go Are they ever gonna go, let's say 29.5 or 30? I don't know. Like, how big is the industry willing to go with wheel size? Is 29 like it? Like, I don't know. I feel like anything bigger would be just too big. Like too big of a wheel. Any Chromag bit Chromag hardtail. I'd clean 28. I'll go back to 26 front, 24 rear. Oh yeah. Really? I actually didn't know that. I actually didn't know some of those old downhill rigs went 26 front, 24 rear. Didn't actually know that was a thing. I thought it was just like 26, 26. I'm learning something new. There's my new information or new fact for the day. Didn't know that. 2020 2026. So why is it? That's a while ago. Dang. 29 is almost too big in my opinion. Yeah, it's getting there. It's close. It does go over stuff really, really easily. It is pretty nice for that stuff, but man, 29, I don't know. Going any bigger than that, it's borderline. 29 might just be a tad too large. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I like your idea, Jeremy. 28. That's interesting. Nice even number. No more fun after 30. I love 29. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Going from 27.5 to 29 was a huge jump, but I got used to it pretty quick and started to actually like it. Rolls super fast. You keep your speed. You keep your momentum really well with 29er. Way more than 27.5. You just keep pace a lot better. Yeah, good for long rides. Yep. Less work for you. Mhm. Let's see. That's dope for Steve. Yep, it's just too damn big for that. All right. Well, I think I'm going to end the stream. So we went about an hour and 40 minutes, so that's pretty good. Here in the future, we got to get dialed in. We got to get Travis on here. Yeah, we gotta plan something out. Like I was saying, didn't do too much promotion. Got an okay crowd. Could have been better if I promoted a little bit sooner. But it was just kind of off the cuff. But yeah, I'll definitely do these in the future. And we'll get maybe some guests on here and have a little bit bigger of a production and have some more talking points and things like that and get a bigger audience, hopefully. But yeah, that's where I'll end it. So if anyone's still in chat, anyone's still here, I appreciate you guys tuning in, chatting along with me on this Saturday evening. And yeah, but yeah, we're gonna end it here. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your night and finish your weekend off either riding or family or friends. And I'll see you guys shortly.